Isolation day 123, Sunday the 20th of July. It has been 10 weeks since I started the transition from keto to low-fat plant-based whole food. And it's been an eventful 10 weeks. There's a lot that's gone on. What I'd like to do today is give you a full overview of the changes in fat, in carbs consumed, in insulin consumed, just so you can see what's happened over the last 10 weeks. This is the analysis day by day, looking at all of these different things, day by day, and then summary of week by week. And the first 4 days here are under keto. And then what I've been doing each week, if you've been watching, is comparing that to the results I'm getting. Now, if we go all the way to week 10, what I've got is this is the number of blood glucose readings per day. Now, bear in mind, I was on the CGM for most of this week. So 9 per day, not a huge number, but a significant enough number. A few weeks ago, I was up at 16, 17 a day. Calories consumed. My calories consumed have increased from just over 1,000 to 1,170. That feels a bit better. Although I did lots of work in the garden of an evening this week and certainly over the weekend. And you can see on Saturday I consumed 1,700 calories because I was working all day in the garden. I've highlighted here these two figures because this is by far the most carbs, 307 gram of carbs. That could have been up to 10 days food on the keto diet, which is incredible really in one day. So I consumed 300 grams of carbs, 1,700 calories, 14 grams of fat, which is within the range of what the Mastering Diabetes team tell you, but more specifically, it's actually under the range for fat percentage of calories, because what you're looking for is between 10 and probably 15. Not a massive issue in my book, to be brutally honest, but all it proves is there's a reason why the Mastering Diabetes guys eat so many carbs and eat so many calories, is because it allows you to consume more based upon the percentage of fat. This is the deciding factor. Nothing else really. It's not down to the carbohydrates you eat, it's not down to the calorie intake, it's down to the grams of fat and the percentage of fat in comparison to the calories consumed. Right, now what I've got here is an overview of the summary. Here's the keto week, and I look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different factors as such. Average for week 10, fat in grams under keto was 102 per day on average. Now we're down at 91% reduction in fat intake. Fat as a percentage of calories has dropped from last week at 10%, this week to 7%. That may be to do with the amount of work that I was doing in the garden over the weekend primarily. Total insulin consumed has actually gone up from last week, but the reason it's gone up again was because of the amount of work that was done, manual work that was done on Saturday and Sunday. So 35, but that's still a 35% decrease in insulin consumed compared to keto. Basal insulin, now this is the telling one. Basal insulin was 24.3. Now while I'm on the CGM, 12.6. Now again, that may have been slightly affected by the amount of manual work, but even so, look, we're down at about half of the amount of basal insulin. Now let's go to the carbs consumed. 4 times the amount of carbs. 400% increase from 56 grams on average to 219. Carb to insulin ratio is 6 times the amount, and this is what the Mastering Diabetes team look at. Okay, and the last one is bolus carb to insulin ratio is coming up for 4 times the amount. So 28.5 grams of food for 1 unit of insulin compared to 7.7 under keto. So that was the overview. I hope that was helpful for you. A bit of an announcement now, really. I have subscribed to attend the Mastering Diabetes online retreat. as some of you may know, I was originally booked to go to Costa Rica in June this year to attend the Mastering Diabetes retreat. Really looking forward to that. Unfortunately, it got cancelled for obvious reasons. But what they're now doing is an online retreat. Not quite the same. Yes, I'm missing out on Costa Rica, but I still think, based upon the fact that I'm still having issues with blood sugar control, and I'm still having issues with a number of lows, they are basically giving us a 4-day online retreat, which I'm paying for. I actually think it's going to be a really useful thing to attend. But what that means is I've got 12 hours a day of sitting in front of a screen and learning information from these guys. Therefore, I'm not going to be in any position to be recording these videos on a daily basis. And bear in mind that they are working on Pacific time and not Greenwich Mean Time. So this is going to be throughout the night for me. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare to attend. Although I still do get all of the recordings, I really do want to be there, and I want to be live. What I also get, which I'm really happy about, is some kind of team mentorship, in so much as they will review your blood sugars, which I think is going to be a really useful thing. I'm hoping to learn quite a lot. What I would like to do is I'm going to suspend these videos for the next week, and I'm going to give you a full week's overview of the Mastering Diabetes retreat, and also how my blood sugars have been over the time and what I've been eating. Okay, so thank you for subscribing to date. Please stick with me and I will give you an update. I still need to show you that I'm going to get to the stage where I have a day where my blood sugars are, what do they call it? Unicorn. So it doesn't go high, it doesn't go low. I don't think I'm a million miles away, but I do need some help. So I'm hoping that this Mastering Diabetes retreat will give me that. Again, thank you so much for sticking with me. If you guys have any questions that you want me to ask the Mastering Diabetes team, or any questions that you've thought of throughout, believe me, I've got my own questions to ask them. But look, anything comes to mind, chuck it down. I will read it, and I will certainly discuss it with the guys that are out there, and make sure I get some answers for you. So again, thanks so much, and I will catch up with you in 1 week's time. So next Monday evening I will catch up with you. Thank you.